Hello and welcome to the ADHD with Jenna podcast. Today we are diving in and talking about the three parts of you that are involved in the dysregulation process and the regulation journey, and that is your conscious, your subconscious, and your nervous system. We're going to be talking about how these are involved, how they come up, and why this work can really feel like an internal tug of war. If you've been working on the stuff we talk about on the podcast, or if you're in ADHD groups, it's not a linear journey and it can feel difficult. So why is that? It's because of all these different parts that are involved in the process. Before we dive in, I did want to share a little analogy that kind of came to me today about dysregulation. When we are dysregulated, it is like living in a bubble of an invisible force field. You're stuck. You can't move forward. You can't go in the directions you want to go, but it's invisible. You're like, why? Why can't I do that? Why am I stuck? Why do I have all these barriers? And it is so confusing because we can't see it. But what that is, and what we're going to be talking about today, is the subconscious and the nervous system that are keeping you stuck. Your conscious mind, the part of you that's clear and that you're aware of, goes, I want to go over there. I want to head in that direction. I want to get out of my comfort bubble. I want to do something new. I want to grow in this way. I want to accomplish this task. And this part of you that's afraid, that is under the surface, is going, no, you can't. We can't. It's dangerous. That is the force field keeping you stuck. And in this regulation work, the real goal is freedom. To not have that barrier around you, to be able to do what you want to do when you want to do it, including rest and enjoyment and having fun, not just productivity. But that's a big part of this work, is getting out of that bubble, getting out of that force field, and having the choice to go in any direction you want. So today we're going to be talking about these three different parts and how they are involved in your journey and why you might be feeling like this is harder than you might have thought it would be. So the information and knowing about regulation is, of course, vital. If you aren't aware there's an invisible force field, if you don't know at all what to do to make things better, there's nothing that we can do to improve your experience with ADHD. We can't get regulated. But just knowing in your conscious mind is not going to do enough to make a difference, because we have these other two parts, the subconscious and the nervous system. So we're going to talk about how we deal with those, because sometimes people learn about regulation, they learn about ADHD and this work, and it just stays in the conscious mind. I'm aware of it, I know it, but nothing's changing. Why? Because we still got that invisible force field around us, that subconscious and the nervous system, in a bit of a tug of war with the conscious mind. This is why my ADHD groups program is well attended. I give away a lot on my podcast. My book is coming out. I give a lot away on social media. I want you to have all of the information. But most people need a little more support and a place to work through the barriers, work through that invisible force field to a more regulated place where they're less stressed, their executive function is increasing, they're enjoying life more. So that being said, I can help with the process, and that is what I'm here for. That is my job. So if you want to learn more about this, you can get on the wait list at adhdwithjennafree.com/groups or go to the link in the show notes. That, of course, is just diving in and doing the whole process together. But let's get into why the information is not enough, why just knowing what to do is not going to solve the problem. So there are three parts of us that are involved in regulation work: your conscious, your subconscious, and your nervous system. These parts are not always in agreement, and a big part of becoming more regulated is aligning all three and agreeing that you're safe. Your conscious mind knows you're safe, right? If you're in a room, there's no threats here, I'm just working at my laptop, clickety clack, your conscious mind is aware you're safe. But your subconscious, which is the thinking on the more automated level, we're less aware of it, that might not agree that you're safe. And your nervous system most certainly doesn't think you're safe if you're in fight or flight. So that is why it's so confusing and feel like a bit of that internal tug of war. So on this episode, we are going to dive into these three areas, what they are, how they can make things a little more challenging, and I will talk about how to be aware of these different aspects so you can start aligning them slowly but surely. We do want to get all these three areas head in the same direction so everything feels like less of a tug of war. Your whole self is in agreement and going towards regulation. So the first is your conscious mind. It's the part of you that is aware you want to create change. You're thinking, you're aware of your thoughts, and you're taking action. So this is the self-aware part. You can see, with your eyes and be aware that you are not in imminent life-threatening danger. And it's the part that goes, I know I'm safe. Like, what the heck? Why am I in fight or flight if I know that when I'm sitting here typing in my computer, I know I'm physically safe, but yet I don't seem to feel it and I'm still dysregulated. Even if you can't seem to slow down, it feels so hard to interrupt your dysregulation, this part of you knows you're safe. This is the first part that's going to be on board with this work. Even if your subconscious and nervous system are dragging their feet, right? No, we can't slow down. We're going to get eaten by the bear. This conscious part of you knows better. It knows the reality. So this is why you can consciously know you want to do something and you might even know how to do it, but it feels like there's this block, this invisible force field keeping you stuck. And that is what these two next areas are doing. They're dragging you back, going, no, it's not safe. Let's not head in that direction. Let's not face that difficult task. Let's not get up. It's dangerous, right? And we're in paralysis. I will say that this conscious part of you is also going to be the leader in this work. That's the part of you that's got to lead the way and have to decide to do the things to bring the other parts of you on board, because that's the only one you really can control is your conscious mind. So your subconscious mind is the part of your brain that operates outside of your direct awareness. So it manages ingrained habits. So you know how like when you drive to work and you don't even realize you got there, like how did I even get here? I wasn't even thinking about it. That's the subconscious. It stores memories. This is where beliefs get rooted. This is a big part of regulation work. And automatic bodily function. So it acts like a background computer program, conserving mental energy by automating routine tasks. If your conscious mind had to think about every single thing you do all the time, it would be impossible to live. So it's a very useful part, the subconscious. It stores acquired behaviors. So it's how we get habits. And I know if you have ADHD, you're like, I can't do habits. I'm not good at habits. You are, maybe just not making new ones. Right? But you have a lot of stuff that's ingrained. How often do you pick up that phone and start scrolling? Oh my God, how did I even get here? I did not consciously choose to pick that phone up, but man, I still did it. Though that's a habit too. It also influences your thoughts, emotions, and actions without you needing to think about them. This is the part of you that might believe it's unsafe to slow down, even though your conscious mind wants to slow down. This creates an internal tug-of-war that can be really frustrating and really confusing when you're like, what the heck? I really do. I'm listening to Jenna. I'm understanding what she's saying. I logically get it. But my goodness, it feels really hard to do it. That is because the subconscious is still believing its core beliefs. Every human being develops a set of beliefs. Some people call them schema. So it's like this belief system we function from. Every single human being has this. When you have ADHD, you're neurodivergent, living in a neurotypical world, your belief systems are going to be maladaptive, meaning I'm just trying to survive, but in the end, they're not really helping me, they're hurting me. Like, it's unsafe to do it imperfectly. If I can't do it perfectly, I may as well not do it at all. It's unsafe to slow down. I have to be in a rush in order to be productive. I have to be within anxiety and pressure in order to do anything. Otherwise, I can't do anything. I have to be under the gun or I will be a lump on a log. All of these beliefs are not helpful, but it is what is rooted in the subconscious. And this is something we need to dismantle, or else it's always going to be pulling the other direction from your conscious mind that's like, no, it's safe to slow down. I'm okay. I can take things one at a time. So this is what's happening if your conscious mind's on board and it hasn't been like smooth sailing, is because this other part of you is pulling. No, stop. It's not safe. So your beliefs have been developed, and this schema, this belief system, has come from a nervous system in fight or flight. So your subconscious is likely running the programming that you're in danger, you cannot relax, you cannot afford to enjoy the present, the bear will get you. So you have to run. Whether that tips you into paralysis and you're frantically thinking about stuff and feeling shame and guilt, but stuck physically or rushing physically, doesn't matter. Those are both ways that can show up. So this is why when you work on slowing down, for example, it sounds so simple as a way to regulate your nervous system. You don't just decide to slow down and then slow down all the time. For most people, some people, it's easier. But for a lot of people, there's going to be this wall you're hitting and resistance to it. That's okay. That's completely normal. That is what we need to work through, right? Is bringing that subconscious on board. It is safe to believe new things. We can create a new belief system. We can let go of these maladaptive beliefs that we've been holding on to because it's not working. It really is not working. When you're trying to slow down, your subconscious beliefs that you need to rush to survive, it comes back and takes over control and off you go. And that's when you go, oh my God, I didn't even realize I was rushing again. Maybe you're running to a meeting and you're really working on slowing down, going, oh yeah, okay, walk. And you're not consciously choosing to start running again, but your subconscious is kind of like put a little fire under you, like, come on, let's go. We're not used to this calm thing. Let's run. That is the subconscious. That's where the belief systems live. It's quite under the radar. You might not be aware of them, but part of regulation work is bringing all that up to your awareness. What beliefs do you function from? What is your belief system? How is it working? How is it helping and hurting? And what is it doing? We really need to dig into that and work on it to create a new belief system that's connected to the reality that you are safe. There's no need to rush. You can do one thing at a time. Life is meant to be enjoyed. You are not in danger. That's the belief system we want to start cultivating so that it's not fighting with your conscious all the time when you try to slow down. And lastly is your nervous system. So your nervous system is your body's complex command center composed of the brain, spinal cord, and all the nerves throughout your body. So it acts as the body's communication network using electrical and chemical signals via your neurons to send information back and forth. So when the nervous system gets into fight or flight, the brain triggers the release of stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol, causing rapid physical changes to prepare the body for a perceived threat. So this is going to give you symptoms like increased heart rate, increased breathing rate, heightened senses, tense muscles. It takes blood flow away from your digestive system, from your prefrontal cortex, that very important part of your brain that helps with executive functioning, and it sends that blood flow to your limbs so you can run or fight, protect yourself to survive. As you can imagine, that is not very helpful. When the perceived threat is write an email, when the perceived threat is I have a long to-do list. We want that brain functioning. We want your digestion working. We don't need all that blood flow in our limbs because there is no imminent life-threatening danger to run from. So this complex series of changes in the body is an automatic survival mechanism. You have no conscious choice in this matter. It's just happening. And it provides the energy and physical capacity needed to confront, escape, or deal with imminent life-threatening danger. Again, your body being in a state to fight is not really useful in modern society. Unless you are physically going to punch somebody, which I hope you're not. If you're very dysregulated, you might. But hopefully you're not going to use that as a way to solve problems because most of your problems are probably going to need problem solving with our thinking and our calm mind and our clear mind. And that requires regulation. So those are the three parts. We have our conscious mind, the thinking you're aware of. We have our subconscious, the belief systems, the more deep-rooted automatic thinking and routines and habits that we do. And then we have the nervous system. That's like the knee-jerk reaction, the biology that changes when our system feels unsafe. So that we definitely don't have conscious control over. So here's where the internal tug-of-war happens. So your conscious mind is aware that the way you're doing things isn't working. You logically, consciously understand how being dysregulated is increasing your ADHD symptoms, keeping you stuck in the frantic crash cycle. It's not pleasant. You're sick of this. You're done with it. You may be, hopefully, fully on board and bought into the ADHD regulation method. You're seeing it. You're feeling it. You're understanding it. Yep. Amazing. I'm in. While the subconscious is simultaneously still believing we need to rush, we have to get it all done now in case we can't do it later. There's not enough time in the day. I'm behind. I need to catch up. So that's still happening under the surface. And your nervous system is existing as in you're in imminent life-threatening danger, and you respond through fleeing, maybe avoiding all the important things that are dysregulating. It can feel like such a whirlwind. Part of me wants to slow down. Another part of me is panicking about that. And yet another part is sending me off to tasks that don't matter, but soothe my concern that I'm not productive enough, right? That productive procrastination. It's having me avoid things, fight, flight, freeze, fawn. Whew, that is tough. This might sound a little defeating, but it's not meant to. It's just supposed to explain. And so you understand why just because you want to do it and you agree with it doesn't mean it's all going to snap into place right away. The work here, the true work of the ADHD regulation method is to bring your subconscious and your nervous system along with your consciousness towards a more regulated, more productive, and more enjoyable way of being. That takes a bit of time. That takes some work. It takes taking action, not just thinking or being aware of it. So we do this through working on our thoughts and beliefs. They're often not obvious right away. We got to do a little digging, figure out what is this belief system that I'm living through, and doing physical nervous system regulation, interrupting that dysregulated physical state. So we interrupt our physical state, we interrupt our thoughts and beliefs that are rooted in dysregulation, and we also work on our dysregulated behavior, which is going to come out, is going to stem from dysregulated thinking and dysregulated beliefs, and you're going to see it in the extremes in your behavior. I either clean the whole house or I don't clean anything at all. I'm either eating really well or screw it, I'm just eating whatever I can. I'm either tackling that work thing the night before, I'm not even going to look at it. That's the behavior that is dysregulating. So those are the 3 areas we want to work at to bring everything in line with the reality that you're safe and in a regulated state so you can get all the benefits of regulation. So when you're conscious, your subconscious, and your nervous system are all walking in the same direction towards regulation, it becomes so much easier. There's not these parts of you pulling you back all the time or that you're in that tug of war with. So the first part of this journey might feel a little clunky, but you will get there. Don't let this discourage you. This is just simply being aware of what's going on inside of you so you don't get discouraged and go, oh, it's not working. I'm trying to slow down and, I keep speeding up again, or it feels so uncomfortable to slow down, so it must not be right for me. No, that's just your subconscious and your nervous system stuck in their old ways, stuck in that pattern of being connected with that idea that I'm in danger and I need to protect myself. I need to be hypervigilant. I need to be in fight or flight to survive. You don't. Your conscious can work with the rest of you to show your subconscious and your nervous system, we're safe. It's okay. Come this way. It's all right to slow down. We're good. Then it starts to get easier and easier and easier once all those parts of us are on board. So if you want to learn more about how to do this work with me personally in ADHD groups, the next round opens mid-October. If you're going to do that, be sure to get on the wait list. Spots do fill up quickly, but I'm very excited to start that round soon. Otherwise, if you're doing this work on your own, that is perfectly wonderful as well. Do not give up. Keep at it. Give yourself grace. Understand, this is going to take some time for me to coax that subconscious and that nervous system into this direction and feeling safe enough to do this work. But if you just keep going, it's inevitable, right? If you chip away, it's inevitable you'll get there. It just takes some time. So thank you so much for being here. Please let me know if you have any questions. You can DM me on social media at ADHD with Jenna Free or send me an email, jennafreetherapy@gmail.com. And feel free to ask whatever's coming up for you. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.